Anderson is an actor best known for his roles in Peaky Blinders, The Revenant, and Sherlock Holmes: A Game of Shadows. In today's video, we will be talking about the roles of Paul Anderson played that you never knew about. Only a toddler should utter such a statement. Before we begin, be kind enough to subscribe to this channel for amazing content, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our videos. So let's get to it, shall we? Paul Anderson was born on the 12th of February 1978. He decided to pursue acting in the mid-2000s after working for many years as a ticket scalper and aspiring musician. He dropped out of school when he was 13 years old. He had never thought about becoming an actor, but when he finally got the opportunity to try, he got positive reviews from critics and the public. Paul Anderson is one of the most mysterious actors on TV nowadays. He was born in England, but was not successful as a pupil, so he left school at the age of 13. He did various kinds of jobs and was not successful in any of them. He sold tickets to theater performances, but he had never thought about acting in one himself. Paul once attended a party arranged by his close friends, and at the party impersonated an actor from his favorite movie, The Warriors. He did it so naturally that his then girlfriend advised him to visit drama school. The next day, he filed the papers to Webber Douglas Drama School and Guildhall Drama School, and he was accepted by both. He chose the Webber Douglas Drama School and attended for a couple of years. He didn't even finish his education when he got his first acting job. It was a Royal Court play. The freshman was so successful that soon he was noticed and got his first job on television. Paul Anderson started his career in 2005, and just within 10 years, he managed to become a recognizable actor who works with cult film directors of his time. The first movie Paul starred in that you didn't know is Engaged to Kill. After he decided to venture into acting, the first movie Paul featured was in Engaged to Kill. The movie revolves around a kidnapped victim, played by Maria Del Mar, released after her husband, played by Joe Lando, paid $1 million ransom. The ordeal put the couple under great emotional and financial stress. Worse yet, one of the woman abductors continued to menace her family. The second on our list, Frank Hewitt, Rather You Than Me. Paul Anderson went on to appear in Peter's Rather You Than Me. The movie, written by Peter Harness for BBC4, aired on Wednesday, the 9th of April 2008 as part of the BBC's Curse of Comedy season. The producer was Peter Harness, and funny portrayal of Frankie Howard tells the story of the comedian's struggle with homosexuality and nerves and his relationship with his manager and partner of many years, Dennis Hamer. The third movie is The Firm. The Firm is a British 2009 drama film based around football hooliganism, written and directed by Nick Love. Bex, played by Paul Anderson, was the leader of the West Ham United football firm that traveled up and down the country to fight other firms. Dom happens to be a normal young lad who hangs around with his mates, and one night they went to a nightclub where his friend Tell ran into Bex. After the two shared words, Bex headbutted Tell in the face. The morning after, told Dom that Bex was after them. The two then went on to the local pub, Lord Nelson, where the firm hangs out. There, Dom apologized for the two of them. Bex complicated Dom's courage, saying that he has a lot of guts to walk in and face him. Dom later visited Rex at his workplace to apologize, and Rex took a liking to him. He offered Dom a place in the team, which the latter accepted. Dom's late arrival to the game made him secure a position in goal, and after he saved a vital penalty, the rest of the boys began to take a liking to him, especially Jay, who asked if he was coming to Portsmouth on the weekend, which Dom agreed to. Bex later hooked up with Dom to discuss a possible move to Europe, which Dom agreed to. He was later invited to Crystal Palace, but later knew Bex had his own plans of attacking Millwall. The planner failed woefully. The rest of the firm and Dom all made their worries known to Rex about his reckless leadership, but Rex reacted angrily to it and even went ahead to ambush the Yeti, the head of firm for Millwall. He was able to overpower him. Unfortunately, he got stabbed by the Yeti and eventually died. After Rex's death, Dom went to the pub one last time. He looked through the window and saw that the firm were enjoying themselves and did not appear to be mourning Bex, with Trigger now seemingly in charge. Dom saw this as his chance to get out for good. The fourth movie you never saw Paul Anderson is The Basement. In 2010, Anderson starred in The Basement as Jake. The movie revolves around a group of anti-war protesters on a road trip that stopped in the middle of the woods when one of them needed a bathroom break. The group ended up trapped in an underground structure and couldn't find a way out. Making matters worse was the fact that there was something down there stalking them, and they discovered too late that they had been selected to take part in a bizarre experiment. The fifth unknown movie Paul Anderson starred in is A Lonely Place to Die. A Lonely Place to Die is a 2011 British action thriller film directed by Julian Gilbey and based on a screenplay from Julian and Will Gilbey. In the movie, mountaineers Allison, Ed, and Rob meet up with friends Jenny and Alex for a climbing and hiking trip in Scottish Highlands. While taking a break for lunch, they discovered Anna, a young girl buried alive in a small chamber in the wilderness. They were unable to communicate with her as she couldn't speak English. They took a shortcut to the nearest village to get help, but the route involves having to sail down a high cliff named Devil's Drop. During their descent, Rob's rope breaks, causing him to fall to his death. Allison was pelted with fallen debris as she tumultuously reached the bottom. After that, she discovered Rob's rope was caught. Seeing a figure move away from the top of the cliff, it became clear the people who imprisoned Anna were trying to kill them. After killing Rob in the unsuccessful attempt on Allison, Anna's kidnappers, Mr. Kidd and Mr. McCrae, murdered two nearby poachers. They took their rifles, using them to open fire as Allison regrouped with the others. During the attack, Jenny was shot and killed, and Anna almost drowned after being pulled into River Rapids, where Allison eventually rescued her. Allison, Anna, and Ed escaped the wilderness and reached the nearby town of Annanmore. Meanwhile, Serbian monster Darko, accompanied by British mercenaries Andy and Chris, played by Paul Anderson, was in the area to negotiate a ransom exchange with Mr. Kidd and Mr. McCrae on behalf of his employer. Having been unable to recapture Anna, Mr. Kidd attempted to bluff his way through the negotiation with Darko, recalling a previous kidnapping when he murdered a young boy in Paris when his parents tried to avoid paying. Before Allison, Ed, and Anna could be transported to Inverness by the police, they were tracked down by McCrae, who killed the officers before pursuing them through the town, which was in the middle of hosting its Beltane festival. As the surviving mountaineers fled, Chris shot Ed when he mistook him for one of the kidnappers and was in turn shot by Mr. McCrae, but managed to inform Darko that the kidnappers no longer had Anna before dying. After finishing off Ed, Mr. McCrae chased Allison and Anna into a local house, which caught fire as he and Allison struggled. Mr. Kidd nearly escaped with the ransom money, but was captured by Andy and brought before Mr. Rakovich. Rakovich had him tortured and buried alive in the woods for the kidnapping. Doctor Who. Paul Anderson starred in the television show in 2005 as Jason in the episode The Christmas Invasion. The show Doctor Who is a British science fiction television program broadcast by BBC One since 1963. The program depicts the adventures of a Time Lord called the Doctor, an extraterrestrial being who appears to be human. The Doctor explores the universe in a time travel spaceship called the TARDIS. Its exterior appears as a blue British police box, which was a common sight in Britain in 1963 when the series first aired. With various companions, the Doctor combats foes, works to save civilizations, and helps people in need. Silent Witness. Silent Witness is a British crime drama television produced by the BBC, which focuses on a team of forensic pathology experts and their investigations into various crimes. The series was created by Nigel McCrary, a former murder squad detective based in Nottingham. Midsummer Murders. Midsummer Murders is a British crime drama television series adapted by Anthony Horowitz from the novels in the Chief Inspector Barnaby book series created by Carolyn Graham. The series focuses on various murder cases that took place within small country villages across the fictional English country of Midsummer, and the efforts of the senior police detective and his partner within the fictional Midsummer constabulary to solve the crime by determining who the culprit was and the motive for their actions. Anderson's break came when, in 2003, he was cast as a main character in the BBC 2 show Peaky Blinders as Arthur Shelby, a gangster in post-First World War Birmingham. But before then, his role in Sherlock Holmes: A Game of Shadows made him popular. Since then, Anderson has appeared in many major films, including Ron Howard's In the Heart of the Sea and The Revenant and Brimstone, which was released in 2006. There you have it, the roles your favorite Paul Anderson played that you never knew about. I'm sure you enjoyed every bit of the video, so kindly like, share, and subscribe to the channel. How do you feel about being the first to receive notifications of our new videos? Cool, right? Turn the notifications on.